Alright guys, and welcome back to Hela Playtest 4, this time against her other brother Loki. We did Thor. Thor won once, Hela won the last two to come back for a sweeping victory with a best 2 out of 3. So she's going to go against her other brother Loki here. So of course we're going to go straight into it. We've already played against Loki a couple times, so I hope you guys know how to play his character, but this will be also a quick refresher if you don't, or you've never seen me play with Loki. Alright, so that is 1 of 5, so Hela's going to go first here. So 6. Defensive. Alright, so don't do that. That. And let's begin. So 2, 3, 4. Deal 6, roll 2. Alright, so deal 8. So there's 8 damage coming into Loki. Remember, he only rolls 1 dice. That's a 4, so gain back. But he's just going to eat that 8 damage. And Hela is going to get crit for dealing 8 or more damage. Alright, pass turn. Loki, shuffle, start with 5. Alright. Alright, sell that and that. Upgrade Vilify. We had 4, 5, yeah. So spend 2. Transfer a token, we're going to steal that crit, and we're going to roll bag of tricks. On 6, I gain 2 CP. Nice. Roll 1 on that, gain. Alright, so let's do that because it's free. On 6, gain illusion. Inflict 3 spellbound, and then, okay. So inflict 3 spellbound. Alright, we're just going to keep these spellbounds out here because we're going to be inflicting these a ton. Alright, let's spellbound. Small, large straight, small. Actually, you know what? Yeah, these 3 abilities. So they have to actually. So because this is easy, and this is easy. So it has to be one of these harder to get ones. And we also have illusion. So let's begin. I should do Vilify too. So we could inflict spellbound, but we already have 3 inflicted. If any of your opponents have more health than you, gain illusion and deal 8. She has more health. Deal 8, otherwise deal 6 unaffected. So we're dealing 8. Going to deal 2 back to us, but still take that 8. We can save that crit for later. We've got 2 illusion, but we're going to pass turn. Alright, so spend that. Alright, so we have to get... That's actually pretty good. Alright. You know what? Frick it. Let's go for it. Hell yeah! Ultimate. Deal 12 damage. Activate Death Spire, so deal 5 on top of that. And inflict Wraith times 3. Alright, so... He can't use illusion on that ultimate damage, but what he can do is use illusion if he wants to avoid the Death Spire activations. Yeah, let's do illusion once, because that's going to deal 5 damage. Alright, so let's see. Kinda deal half. Okay, so activate half, rounded up, rounded. So it would be dealing 5 damage of pure damage. Let's just, we gotta round that down half to 3 by 3, so only dealing 2. So that is 12 plus 2. Right. And we're gonna pass turn. Take off the spellbound. And we'll pass. Alright, Loki's down the dumps, but... Alright. Remove a bag of tricks. We don't have a bag of tricks. Okay, so we can't use that yet. Deal 7. Inflict 2 spellbound. So we want to get another one of the golds. Alright. Well, that is a small strike. That is a small strike. Gains a bag of tricks, deal 7. Let's just do that. So we can gain a bag of tricks to use that card. Let's give Hela a bag of tricks. She rolls the dice. It's 3. So 1 out of 5. Choose her to receive 3 damage. Alright, so we're dealing 7 damage. Let's spend the crit to make that 11. We'll take the wrap. Minus 1 for each. And deal 11 defendable. Alright, so she's dealing 2 back, but she's taking 11. Alright, with that we'll pass turn. Still have 1 illusion. We spent one of those illusions, actually. Vegas baby, roll. Got a 1, so we just get 1. Alright. We also dealt more than 8 damage. We'll just activate Soul Drain. Wrath. Roll 2. 6. 9, 13. Use illusion. Success. So illusion did nothing. Skip the scales. 1. Inflict 1 spellbound. Spellbound not passive. But Loki takes That's a whiff. Whiff that turn. Loki's dying. I don't think he's a good character against Hela. 0 CP, force all players to discard 1 card. That includes Hela, so discard that one. Loki has no discards. Let's just take that 5. Deal 8 damage, inflicts wrath. We don't have that, but that's still dealing 8 damage. Loki rolls 1 on a 6. Gain illusion. Let's spend that illusion. And doesn't do anything, so we just take that 8. Alright, so Loki's got to either activate his ultimate or do something else. Mockery, sure, whatever. It's a small straight. Large straight. Deal 8, roll 3. So add 1, so that's 9. gain an illusion. That'll help. And then draw 1. Veil. An upgrade. We're dealing 9 damage. 9 defendable. Hela does 2 back. We're going to use illusion against those because we're taking 1 from Wrath. So illusion, we're going to have to defend against that. Alright. So she would only deal... half of 2 is 1. She'd still win. Alright, so Hela pretty much destroyed Loki heavy-handed. So Loki was not as great as his brother Thor. Thor pretty much handled Hela pretty damn well, and Loki was pretty weak that turn. Hela did activate her ultimate, so I will give her props for that. She did activate that, so that was basically 15 damage done to Loki, and he couldn't do anything. But still a very easy game for Hela. I think Hela may be a little bit easier to deal with Loki than Thor. But of course, Hela victorious. We're going to do 2 more playtests, see if Hela sweeps Loki. Right now she's on a hot streak winning. And of course, as always guys, like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you're new to the channel, comment down below what matchup you'd like to see Hela playtest against next, and I'll see you guys in the next matchup. Toodaloo!